everybody. We're back after a hiatus, a bit of a hiatus. Now, it's not really fully back. As you can tell, it's just Alvita and the Professor, but it sort of fits because they're the only characters that are alive and present anyway as of the current moment, so it's fine. Next week, we're off again. So we'll be back fully with, I think, just 3 cast members. We'll see what happens on the 18th. We'll see, and also we'll just see how tonight goes. Yeah. That's it for announcements. You kind of know what we do. That's everything, basically. So I'll try to remember, because it's been a month or 2 since we last did this, probably more. Last we left off, the party followed Thalia and May. I can't remember if it's May or May. I think it's May. Followed Thalia and May into a haunted house after Thalia. There was this warning from the townsfolk: don't look into this manor house. It's an abandoned manor house. Everybody who does sees the spirit of this woman, and they die. Very Woman in Black vibes. And guess what? Thalia does as Thalia does, and peeked through the windows and saw the spirit, and that kind of caused a bunch of stuff. I fucking don't remember anything. You were all in a tavern, I think, that night, and the spirit showed up in the tavern, causing everybody else to see it, which means everybody else got the curse dingleberried onto them.
Alvita learned a whole lot about the Professor.
Yeah.
Probably some things that he doesn't even know.
I forgot about that.
Alvita shared a room with the Professor and saw a bunch of childish spirits manifest at night that seemed to protect the Professor when he's sleeping, or just kind of watch him sleep. And the Alvita got to commune with some dead children.
It's fun.
It was great. And like I said, yeah, the woman showed up at the can't remember her name, something Vonguarde.
I have that.
Showed up at the tavern called Moor's End, and when the party awoke in the morning, they found the tavern owner, Cathanar Fenn, having had witnessed the woman had drowned in one of the ale barrels inside of the establishment, and they learned that through some individuals around town that the woman's spirit had drowned in the moors to the south, and it's theorized that the only way to kind of put her to rest permanently was to find her bones and burn them in the moors. Esmith Vonguarde, there we go. Who was a woman who drowned her children and husband in the moors before drowning herself. The party went into the house to kind of end the curse. I believe following Thalia and May into the house. Yes, because there was a thing that caused people to feel compelled to go into the house. And long story short, the house sucked. And there was some exploration. Thalia decided to climb into a dumbwaiter that didn't have a dumbwaiter in it, just the shaft, and fell down the shaft into the basement and died in the basement. Rest of the party found the way into the basement, found a statue that definitely looked cursed. Professor warned, like, hey, that doesn't look good, we shouldn't touch it. May touched it, May died. And long story short, Alvita and Milton Bradley had a rough go of the house by themselves, but have seemingly, possibly gotten out and have woken up in a open grave. And we're going to pick up there. You both find yourselves crammed into an open grave, and as you kind of adjust to where you are, it is nearly filled to the brim with bones, with you all resting on the surface of the bones. Rain is pouring down on your face, and there's a brief flash of lightning, and overhead is the rumble of thunder.
Where are we?
I don't know.
Let's get out of here.
Clamber out.
Okay, you clamber out. You're in a graveyard. Not the cemetery from Mordantshire. This is a different one. There's a tombstone. And it reads, "Here lies Alvita, Pavlenco, and Professor Milton Bradley. Their curiosity got the better of them." And you are in the backyard of the manor house. And I want Alvita and the professor to make either investigation or medicine checks.
I shall make an investigation.
I will do the opposite.
Oh, please do well.
I did well.
Oh,
I pick up the
good.
slack. 22.
22?
Natural one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Professor,
no.
you can choose how you fail that.
He's just like shaking because of everything that they just
Yeah,
went
fair.
through. He's still just like, oh.
Alvita. The skeletons in the grave, there's a few of them. Looks like there's maybe 20 or so skeletons crammed into this grave. And they seem to have a very similar bone structure to both you and the professor.
Oh, okay. Alright, Professor, let's get out of, like... Oh, she's gonna check the one that looks like her. Does it have fangs?
Yeah.
She's gonna crush it.
Okay. You just... Okay. Yeah.
What
Just
are we
like
is
the
this what we're
face
doing?
part. Professor, these are similar.
The one that looks like the professor, you can see like the wispy remains of a beard still attached to the chin.
Alright,
ye-
back up. How about not? And he's going to just firebolt them to kind of burn the bones.
Sure. Alright.
Just because it like spirit stuff, that's what he's just heard recently is like burn bones, just do it. It's safer to just burn bones.
Alright.
So Alvita, I'll just say, yeah, because I remember in my notes, Alvita took all of Talia's magical items.
I
by
have
the way.
the list of all their stuff, but yeah, that was posted.
Yeah, no, I took. I think we only focused on the money and the magic items,
Yep.
is what, and the teeth, because
Yeah.
that was a request from
Yep.
Rose. Okay.
Wasn't it this way where they said that they got
Well, we were headed
trapped
a
in the
different
bog?
Do you still want to go do that?
What else are we going to do? Just wait
Can
for
we
it to
rest?
Wait, I
come
need to- I
back
need
and
to-
kill us?
I need to roll.
Oh,
Do we have
that's true.
time for that?
Well, Professor, I am not in great condition right now.
Neither am I, dude. I'm gaping wounds.
Mm,
We don't know how far it is exactly. Did it say? Do
No.
we remember if it said like the distance from the place?
I
If I remember,
don't-
it did. It was like.
I believe it just said it is. It
I just remember
was. It just
There's
said
a
you all
distance.
would have just heard that in the moors to the south.
Professor, we need to gather ourselves, and we need to.
You also would have heard the rumor that there were phantom hounds also apparently haunting the moorlands.
Yes, that's lots of
Right.
things that are running amok.
Then I
There's only
agree.
2 of you.
I agree.
Uh,
We will kind of take a breather right now, patch up our wounds for about an hour. Does that sound about right?
an hour? Okay.
That's all we have.
What if we just tried to leave?
Go where?
At least another place maybe we can return and solve this mystery. Are all the
not
townspeople that were
returning
left
anywhere.
dead? Because we found Cavan's
so this town,
but they had the.
So Waterford, where we are, isn't a huge town. The only residents here were the tavern owner, the guy who owns the general store, and some other people. Most of the other buildings are boarded up, so as in terms of residents, there's like none. It's a lot of just boarded up houses, and now the tavern does not have a proprietor, so that's also abandoned.
But so Alvita,
Mhm.
we've already done solved this mystery. We just got to go find the bones and burn 'em.
You make it sound so easy, though. There are creatures that patrol the bog.
Yes, we won't survive another night because, as you know, this entity just comes back every day. We might have a bit of time, but not enough to sleep.
Well, we did. Did we? We didn't kill her, right?
No, you killed her
I mean, we
spiritual
did.
form, but you were
Yeah.
told the only way to permanently stop her from like
Is to get rid of
haunting
the
you is
bones.
to
Okay, okay, okay.
salt
Yeah,
and burn
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
bones.
Oh gosh.
She'll need salt, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think you bought.
We'll
some
go
from
back
the-
to the tavern.
Yeah,
I think there's
there's
some
all
salt there. in
there's
that.
all the
Yeah,
general.
we'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
take
The
take it
tavern,
from
like I
there.
said, the tavern is just across the street. You're
Yeah.
in the backyard, so you can go there if you want. It's completely empty.
Tavern?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Tavern. We'll
Tavern.
grab.
All right.
Take some salt.
Yep, you're
Okay.
right.
So you leave out the yard through the gate to the tavern. The body of the tavern owner is still half submerged in the ale barrel,
Hello.
in the pantry. Yeah, he's dead. And yeah, he's dead in the pantry. So he's got all the spices and seasonings and food.
How much
Perfect.
salt do you think we need?
Let's take a fair amount, I guess.
All right.
We'll take as much as you can.
There's like a pound of salt.
Okay, I'll take all of it.
Okay, so you have a pound of salt.
All right.
Right. Try to find. She'll take a couple pieces of like dry wood, and she's just gonna try to rip them, like firewood. She is.
Well, there's a
I will
fireplace.
say.
There's a fireplace with wood in it, and there's
Okay,
like a
yeah.
fireplace that's got like the wood stored beside it.
She wants to essentially make it where it'll be easier to carry, so it's more
Yeah,
like
you can.
broken down a
Okay,
little bit. So she'll.
I'm gonna re-describe the tavern because it's been a hot minute as well.
Okay.
Single floor tavern and inn, dimly lit by candles. So there is no fireplace. Apologies. Dimly
Okay.
lit by candles. Above the bar hangs a black powder rifle and the mounted head of wolves. Oh, there is a fireplace. Unused in the
Take the-
in the northernmost corner, and it's collecting dust, but there is a pile of firewood beside it.
You did say there was a rifle.
Yeah, it's a black
Oh, he
powder
doesn't
rifle
take
that
it.
hangs above the.
Do
Okay.
you... Hold on.
You can add a
Alvita.
musket to your equipment.
What?
Yeah, use,
Do
use
you,
the set of a
um,
musket.
Do you know how to use one of those?
No.
I do.
Do you?
I do. Yes. It's
She's
just
gonna look down the barrel.
You probably don't want to do that, but it is a contraption. There's a mechanical function relationship between these parts.
Do you wish to? Maybe he has. Oh, maybe the tavern owner has some things for it. I don't. What? How do you use this? What is this?
Well, give me a moment.
Okay.
Each one is different.
Yes, so
Perhaps.
you look at it. It's a musket. You load it once. Black powder, fire. So it's got the loading property, so you can fire it once, action, reload, fire again.
Okay.
And it's just
So
it's-
mundane musket.
yeah, it's just a musket. There is no ammo with it. It's just
Right.
it's just hanging up of the bar.
This will require some ammo, ammunition, and an ignition type thing. I normally like a blackish powder.
Do we? Should we look for that? Would that be? Is it useful? Is it a useful? Okay. Well, let's quickly do a quick search of this while we are resting. We can just a quick scan. I'll get some. I'll tear up some of the floorboards for firewood. She's gonna look for like a satchel, like a sack.
There's one around the tavern owner where he would keep like his stuff. That's about it.
She's gonna go and take that.
Okay.
Open it.
Just some clothes.
Dump it out. rifle through the clothes, see if there's anything like a key, maybe.
There's a key to the tavern, like to the front door, and to like the private rooms.
She'll put it on his back.
I just I just realized that I'm proficient in muskets, but we probably, even though you aren't, you would probably have the same to hit chance as me.
It'll be interesting. You could teach me.
Oh yeah. so this is how this is, and this is that.
Let's find some. As
You
said,
get comfortable
ammunition
with it.
and-
I'll see if I can find some ammunition.
And he'll just hand it to you and let you like get comfy.
What's
with.
your intelligence score, Alvita?
11.
Ah. Okay.
She's average.
I gotta look.
Intelligence is
I'm
pretty-
pulling up the rules for training.
Well, I mean, like you just wouldn't be proficient, right?
No,
So
but
you
if
just
but
wouldn't
if you
add your
want to get
proficiency
if you want to get
Oh,
proficiency,
yeah.
though.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because essentially it would just be pulling from
Oh
my
God.
dex.
Well, that's for getting trained in a set of tools.
Okay, I would get a +6.
Oh yeah, I've only got a +5. So
Because it's.
Training
Wait.
with a set of tools. Oh. I'll look into it later.
yeah, I've only got a +5 to hit with it because I only
I have a high
+2
dex, yeah.
dex, yeah. So
Wait, how do I get a +6 though?
Do you have
dex is a
do you
4.
have
proficiency with ranged weapons or something like that.
no?
Oh, I do have the range.
Archery?
It's the ranged
Yeah.
fighting style. So yeah, I get
so
+2
you would
to.
have a
Okay,
bonus
that's what
to
it is.
hit
Thank
with
you.
it,
Yeah, so I have a pretty decent chance of doing it, and I have. So I can, but it would only be so if I wanted to use this, I would have to fire it, and then I can't do like a 2-action turn, correct? Because it has ammunition, so I would only be able to attack once with it.
Yeah, because it's got the loading property.
Okay. That's right.
I
That's right.
believe.
Okay. It does. Yeah. The ammunition and loading. Yes. Oh yeah, she'll try to understand the machinations of the trigger, kind of like she'll pull it back and she'll shoot. She'll aim at bottles.
Okay. So to learn a new tool proficiency, it takes 250 days. It says in the PHB.
We've been on this campaign for like
10.
a week and a half. Yeah.
So the only way, realistically, if you want to like get proficiency in this, and we'll do it as like a roleplay thing, is whenever you get a choice. If you want, there's the point where you can get a feat that gives you weapon proficiencies. You can just take firearm proficiency as a feat later. Once we've repeated enough, so the feat is gunner. Firearm specialist is for critical roll.
Now, would you be open to the idea? Free not to. Would you be open to the idea of, hey, if they roll a natural 20 a certain number of times, it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. You got
Sure,
this.
yeah. If you crit with this thing, we'll say a certain amount of times before.
We'll let you decide. You don't have to pick a number
Before,
now. But yeah.
with a certain amount of time, if you crit enough with it, yeah.
Or I could take the feat if we do that.
Or if
Okay.
you get to the
I'll-
feat closer, you can take the gunner feat. The firearm specialist feat is specifically for critical roll firearms.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, that's a black powder rifle. And you said you're pulling up floorboards too?
Yeah, so she's gonna, as she kind of just gets understanding how the simplicity, for simplicity's sake, the target, how she would need to pull back the hammer
Yeah.
to
It's a musket. So
activate the.
yeah.
So she'll understand that. She'll start pulling up floorboards. This is all while the professor is
looking for
walking
ammo
around.
and
Yeah,
Okay,
doing
so-
all that.
the
Alvita, investigation check. Yours will be tied to if anything's under the floorboards. Milton, yours is just a general investigation check of the tavern.
Oh boy, another natural one filled.
You fail that however
What a
you-
return.
You fail that however you want to fail that.
Alvita rolled a 13.
13.
you professor is just like,
What was I doing again?
after about like 5 minutes of just kind of like looking around and then losing track of what he was looking for.
An uncommon thing to look for. So yeah, it makes
All right,
sense.
Alvita. Under
Uh-huh.
the floorboards, you find what looks like a little tied leather bag.
Oh. She'll, as she tosses into her little pile, she'll pull the leather bag.
Okay,
She'll
inside
open it.
are 2 pieces of Renaissance ammunition. So musket balls.
Oh, okay.
So 2 musket balls. 2 shots.
Yes.
And enough black powder for those 2 shots. Now, black powder isn't an item. I think it is, actually. But for the musket rules, it actually doesn't require the black powder.
Oh.
I don't think. Let me double check. Doesn't say. So yeah.
There is gunpowder. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
But it's a horn, so it's
Yeah,
a little bit
so-
different.
Not a horn of gunpowder, just a little bit. Oh yeah, it says you have to use it to propel a pistol or a rifle. This is a musket. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Enough,
I mean
enough
the
gun,
powder. Yeah.
enough gunpowder for 2 shots, and enough enough Renaissance bullets for 2 shots.
You got a nice little gunpowder horn to load that thing with.
So,
Muskets are worth 500 gold pieces, just so you know.
yeah. Okay. Does it have one of those fun like
Straps.
leather straps?
Hell yeah.
Okay, she'll flick it around, and actually, she's gonna preload it.
Okay.
She's gonna wait for the professor to get back,
Yep.
but she wants to have it at the ready.
So it is 2-handed. Just so you know.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's only to fire though.
Yeah, to
But
wield it.
essentially I would have to-
wield it, it's 2 hands. Yeah.
Okay. But once the professor comes back, Professor, I found, I think, what you were looking for. And she'll show him the.
What?
Look, it's there's 2 little balls.
All right. Good job.
Yes, you had it hidden away.
You're really pulling off an aesthetic here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, can you show me how you would potentially do this? Do you do the ball first and then the gunpowder?
Oh no, heavens no.
Okay, well, just show me.
Right, we'll load one up first.
Yes.
You see this?
And he points to like.
Oh, they would have, like,
nub
the
and screw that's at the end of
Yeah,
the
where you-
muzzle,
You want
The
to do
packer.
this?
Uh-huh.
and it pulls out in this big long like packing thing.
Yeah.
You take about this much, yes, this much black powder.
Uh,
Cram it in. You gotta pack it.
packet.
Yes, there's a gauze.
That's why there's an action. This is why it's an action to load it.
Yeah, it's a whole
There's
fucking
the gauze.
process.
And then
Uh-huh.
he puts a gauze over the barrel, and it's just like a tiny cloth like stuffing thing that they put between the
Oh, that is
to
true.
the
Is in
black
there where they
powder
right
and,
before they put the ball in there, right?
yeah. So it's just like a little piece of fabric over the barrel, and then put the ball right on top of that.
And now you just cram it in.
She'll ram it in.
You will pack it.
Um,
You take this back out, put it back in this. Fasten now. Just go for one shot.
Is it so? Whenever I pull this little thing back,
Oh,
it just
careful.
no. I'm sorry. I'm not going to demonstrate it on the weapon, but I would pull this back, and then I pull this trigger, kind of like on a crossbow, a bit.
Oh yes,
And
it's just like a
it'll knock
crossbow.
this forward, and there's something that creates.
Well, you see this little chunk of metal there.
Uh-huh.
That's not metal, that's flint. It will
Oh,
create
like
a
a
spark when
tinderbox.
it hits the cup there at the end, and it'll
Oh,
like
that's
a tinderbox.
ingenious.
Yes. And
Professor,
it will ignite that black powder,
That's
that gunpowder.
Yeah, so just so you know, because of the time required to load this weapon, as we have just seen, you can only fire one piece of ammunition from it when you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can make. I think there is a feat that lets you ignore the loading property of ranged weapons, but I think it's
crossbow.
crossbow expert.
Crossbow.
So not
That's okay.
so that never
Yeah, it wouldn't
Never
really
for
make
this.
sense. man.
No, the gunner, you ignore loading properties of firearms.
Oh, nice.
It's
cool.
increase the
Weird.
dex, you gain game proficiency, ignore the loading, and being 5 feet does not give you advantage. So it's the
It's so weird
not
for a
crossbow
musket.
expert. It's the.
I wonder how that would
I will
work.
say the musket would make sense for it. Yeah, that's essentially like she shoots it and immediately she's like instantly. I'll be okay if you want to
Yeah,
do
okay,
like
'cause
smaller
it
firearms.
makes
but
sense
yeah.
that the musket would still take
The
time.
musket
to...
is a bit much with
it
how much
also,
loading.
as you're examining it, it looks like this also had a bayonet at one point.
How fucking cool! I want to find that.
You didn't find it.
Does he? No. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Nat one. Sorry.
That's okay. So she'll have it. She'll shoulder it so that it is faced. It's aimed up at like a diagonal. All right. She'll begin like tearing the floorboards, like splitting the floorboards, just with her
Okay.
hand, just breaking it so
Yeah.
that it's nice and can fit more and better in the satchel.
Okay, you're not gonna take the firewood from the fireplace.
He's making firewood.
Fair enough.
Well, I was doing the floor because we said that it didn't have a fireplace, but she's probably was already insistent on. She
Okay,
probably did
cool.
not even really think.
All right.
Yeah.
You two do get a short rest. So
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna.
Do I
use-
even-
Oh,
oh,
I don't
man,
have
if I
any.
don't
it's a shame
How
none of
many
you are.
hit
It's a
dice?
shame none of you are warlocks.
you don't have any hit dice, do you?
No, I used
Yeah.
all of them
Oh,
in our other
fuck.
short rest. Oh no, I get
oh,
some stuff
no.
back. I can.
But
No, I
you're gonna be
don't.
stuck at 14 hit points.
No. He can do his
you can do
second wind
second wind,
because
we haven't
Second
done
wind.
that Fuck.
Fuck.
I rolled
Okay, I'm gonna do
really
second
fucking
wind.
bad for my healing.
I'm gonna do. I'll do second wind right now just to
Better
see.
than being at 14.
Yeah. Well, we'll
You
see.
both were at 14.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
No,
Yeah.
I get to 18. I
Oh,
rolled a 3 plus
God.
1.
You have a gun now.
I rolled,
Yay!
Two shots.
I am rolling like absolute dog shit.
All right, so that's your short rest. You don't
Yeah.
feel much better.
I've got 35 hit points. We're good.
Can we do another long rest so that Alvita can attune
So
to
it hasn't been a long rest.
a short rest? I'm sorry, to
Uh,
attune to the sword.
I mean, you won't get any hit dice stuff.
I know. I just need to attune to this
Yeah.
sort of
Oh.
wounding.
You could have done that during the short rest as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Then I'll do.
Yeah.
Then if you're gonna let me do
Yeah.
that, then yeah, I'll be.
You were
I'll be
you were
cool
just
with
tearing up floorboards and looking around the house. It doesn't take that long, per manner.
Cool.
So
that.
the long sword of wounding is what I believe it was.
It was, yes. I have this
And
scissors,
just to double
the
check,
coat, and
the figurine of
lightning
Wondrous
bite.
Power, the bronze griffin, that got left behind, right, in the manor.
Yeah,
we
we
use that
were
as our
thinking like,
escape
oh,
plan.
all we had to do was just say a word and it would just
Right,
shrink
that's right.
back.
Okay.
But we weren't familiar
We were
enough
in
with the
full
item,
fucking
so
get the hell out panic
yeah.
mode.
Okay. So just to go over everything else, I know who has what. Did anyone take the? I don't care.
I have lightning
I don't
bite, so
care.
I took lightning bite, code of performance, the scissors, and the longsword.
Go. Who has the? So I assume the professor has the umbilical cord of climbing.
I have that as well. I think because
Okay.
Alvita was kind of holding.
Did
I
anyone-
was there.
All right. No. What about Elliot's wig?
No, I don't think Elliot would have.
Okay.
or Alvita would have cared unless Professor took it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We did take the spearboard and the planchette and all of
Good.
her money
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay.
because she had
Cool.
69 platinum
Yeah.
and a lot of fucking gold.
Talia was taking money with really good sleight of hand checks and just not sharing said
Yeah,
currency.
so I'm gonna add that because I haven't added it
Talia
yet.
had a lot of money and just was good at stealing it and not letting people know about it.
It has been a while,
Yeah.
so I've been checking through my items. I have an iron key for the Vonguarde Manor.
Yeah. You never found out what that was for.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
that
don't
was
believe
the
it.
But that
Vanguard
place is
manor that we
gone,
came
right?
from.
What was?
No, Vanguard is the
manor
estate.
you were just at.
We just
Oh,
left. That's who we're trying to kill. It's the Vanguard
Yeah.
estate.
It was a key you were trying to find. I used to, but you never found the room that it was for.
Because it was a fucking hot ass
yeah.
mess.
It was just yeah.
Alvita's gonna go outside and she's gonna take the little bag of human teeth. She's gonna kind of create a hole, and she's gonna bury the teeth
Okay, it's 300. You bury 342 human teeth in the ground.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Okay.
I
At
still,
all.
I
Sorry,
still got the
Thalia.
No, I've still got the 69 teeth in my pocket that Thalia smuggled
Yeah.
in there when she was
Oh,
host.
yeah. Oh,
All right.
God. Okay, I'm
there's
so
also
nervous.
there's
I'm
also
so
a
nervous
tankard
for
of
this.
plenty. That's a magic item.
Oh yeah, got that.
Okay, cool. I'm only really caring about the magic items unless someone also took.
And I had the rose. I took the
The
rose.
chromatic
as well.
rose. Okay.
Yes.
Did anybody take the sexy snake lady portrait?
Oh yeah, I did.
Of course.
So now I
Yes.
have
Of
2.
course. Okay.
Double down on
All
that.
right. Magic items
yeah.
are really all
Lightning
that
bite. So I
matters.
do. I don't know
Okay.
if you heard me, but
All
lightning
right,
bite. I do
so
have
I'm
that.
gonna delete all of my notes on their loot then,
Yep.
because the rest of it is mundane shit I don't care about. Okay.
Oh, and the scissors. The scissors
yeah,
are also.
the shadow snipping scissors, which are really cool.
Yep. Yes.
All right. So short
But
rest.
oh, I guess
gun,
Spellcaster,
gun
technically.
acquired.
Shit.
Completely out of
Like I
Yeah,
said, it's a
I
shame.
didn't
to
realize.
short rest dice. Completely out.
Oh man. So yeah.
Now we are fully out of everything. I don't think I even have any.
I don't have any spells.
Yeah, I don't get
No.
anything back from
No.
a short rest.
Warlocks do.
Yeah.
Good news, everyone. It's 9 a.m.
Well, good news, everyone.
It's only 9 a.m. I think you're in the house for 2 hours because you took a
Yeah,
you took a
we
short
woke
rest in the
up,
hou- you took
went
a short,
into
took a
the-
short rest in the house.
hmm Yep.
It's been a day.
Oh.
It's been a morning.
So
You ready for brunch?
I don't know, if, Professor. I'm very nervous for
Let me
what is about to
edit
happen.
some of these encounters because, you know.
That I mean,
Oh no, I already
Wait,
did.
you don't-
I already did. Cool.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, bless.
what's up, old people?
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
So we're 100% sure that we want to do this.
Do what?
Go into
The moors? The bog?
Wait, there was one more guy that was here, was there not? There was the tavern owner, and then there was that creepy dude that
general
Alvita got
store-
all the information of.
Yeah, the general store guy.
Is
You
he still
know,
there?
We might be able to, yes. We might be able to convince some of the people left around to,
There
'cause
was
we have the
two,
information.
Professor.
Yes,
There's
There was
one person
only two.
left.
One.
Yes. But that's all right. And one more person is more than enough. You strap a big fat stick on the back and let them lead the way.
Alvita,
Now,
you would remember the general store is owned and operated by a very elderly human man in his not very elderly, but a human man in his early 70s. He most of his teeth were missing, and his general store was lacking in supplies.
Professor, would you judge me if I did something?
what?
I'm not at full capacity to handle what we're about to partake, and I feel like I need to break.
Oh no.
I need to do something. I need to feed.
Right, like the thing from, yes, this morning. Now,
She'll run her hand or her
Before-
tongue over her teeth, and you'll
Oh,
watch
yes.
as the fangs will elongate.
yes, I remember.
and then
Okay.
he does like the little.
Oh
eye
yeah, we
flex.
shared that moment. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Old people moment.
It was like one of those like,
We'll just die a bunch of freaks
Oh.
together.
But you do see. I
But-
think Vita, you said you stepped outside, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You do. The general store is also next door. Just so you know.
So before we be rash, we could also just have another person around with us.
Is he nervous?
You get
He's
what I'm
old.
saying?
He's old. He's older. Like
Yes,
way older
yes.
than us.
That's even better.
I don't even know if they would
We can
be willing to
outrun
leave.
him. That means we don't have to outrun the dogs. We just have to outrun him.
Professor, it's diabolical, and I kind of approve of it.
Don't
What if
we-
we, Professor? I know this is
but also-
very morbid to think about, but at this
What?
point, I am willing to do this. What if we take some flesh from the innkeeper, and we use that as bait?
Oh, listen.
Yes.
Well, that
Well, oh, what if
The
we
one
bring
that's
him
drowned.
with us? And if I need to feed, I will feed off him, and then we use his corpse to.
Do you have? Are you talking about feeding on the dead inn owner, or?
The one that's
No,
drowned in
the,
ale.
'Cause
Oh.
it does say
The,
it does say you have to feed on a creature, and a corpse is considered an object.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I don't want to do it, but I think at this point it would be beneficial.
I don't think you should, and I don't think you have to. So,
I do.
you now just hear me out.
Okay.
This person probably wants this banshee gone just as much as we do. I mean, look what it's done to the town. We tell them, we learn
It's kind of
where
our fault,
it's...
though.
What? No,
It's kind of our fault.
this town was shit before we got here.
Yeah, most of it, when you look, most of it's abandoned.
That's very, very good point.
Right. So we tell this person we don't know where the place is at. This is not a lie. And we could use some help. Maybe some guidance. They probably know what the roads better than us. They might actually be an asset, so we should keep them around as long as they're useful. And they will be useful, especially when dangerous creatures come out, because then we can just outrun him.
All right. I'm willing to do this. How do we convince him to join us?
Well, I have gold. I have a lot of gold.
All right. Do you want me to do the talking, or do you want to?
You
talk?
know, we could also give them... Oh, that might be a bad idea.
You see him reached for the sun sword and then looks at you and is like, right.
No, but perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
You can see the general store owner. He's outside. And he's currently washing the windows, but it's pouring rain, and he's just cleaning them from the outside.
Oh, he's...
And he's yeah. So I'll re-describe what he looks like.
Like, so, I saw you like kind of do this, and I'm just imagining like when I'm just imagining Alvita looking at him, like kind of licking her chops.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he's a human man in his 70s. A curtain of thinning, long gray hair cascading down from the back of his head, nowhere else. A large curved nose and bulging brown eyes. Chin is dotted with wispy gray hairs and spittle. Most of his teeth are missing, aside from his upper front and lower front. And he wears a loose-fitting brown wool shirt, loose pants, and a pair of brown slippers. And he's just outside in the pouring rain, wiping the windows.
What was his name again?
Ichabod.
Do you want me to speak to him, or do you want to speak to him?
Ichabod.
Ah. Well, I'm not the most convincing person.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not either.
He's washing windows in the
You
rain.
know,
I have a
if he
plus
says
one.
no, if he says no, we can always. No, it's too much.
He's washing windows in the rain.
Fuck. All right, let's give it a try. We'll try to convince them. Go on, you can be the one to talk.
Well, there.
His name is Ichabod.
I'm rolling. Hold on. Okay. Doesn't hear you approach.
Why?
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right.
Skip to beat.
Right. Well, just so you know,
Where are your friends?
oh, they're quite dead.
Just nods.
Very sad. We found out where the bones were of the banshee that's been haunting your village.
Yeah, they're in the moors.
To the south,
Nods.
along the roads. We would like to pay you to guide us along the roads so that we don't get in the muck.
Yes.
Holds out a hand for money.
Oh, yes, here. 10 gold.
This way. He just starts immediately walking.
How's his
His
stride?
his movement speed 20 feet.
That's fine.
Just in the lead.
That's perfect.
Alvita's gonna allow for.
He's kind of doing like the old man shuffle.
Alvita's gonna allow for the professor to be between her and him.
Okay.
She doesn't trust herself at the moment.
You hear him like coughing, like.
Yeah, just gonna keep an eye out while following him.
A
I'm
lovely
gonna have
day we're
Alvita-
having.
Oh, yes.
Sure is.
Quite lovely.
The rain moistens my dry skin.
That's. Yes, same
It
as
flakes
well.
off
yes.
when I sleep.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. Wait. It's just unfortunate, that's all I'll say.
You pass the sign that says Crawford South 7 miles. But it's not that far to the where you want to go.
Okay.
He leads you towards. He starts leading you out of town towards the south, to a bridge, kind of like a bridge you would see in like Sleepy Hollow, kind of like the covered bridge that goes over the water. And he's leading you under there, out of the reprieve of the rain now. And it's about a 50-foot long bridge, and he's just shuffling along the wood, the bridge along. Just
So, what do you know about the location of these bones? We have general idea. Have you heard stories?
so yeah, Alvita, this is the guy that told you about the. No, it was the tavern owner who told you the story. Oh, just that she drowned her family in the moor, and she drowned herself by accident.
Oh. All right.
They say to look for a phantom stagecoach.
Oh, that's very good information.
I don't believe in phantom stagecoaches.
Neither do I.
How can something that isn't sentient or have a mind be a ghost?
That's a very valid point, Ichabod. Ichabod?
You do hear the croaking of frogs in the water. They do not say Ichabod.
They just repeat his name.
It just sounds like they're saying Ichabod. I love that movie. So yeah, you're crossing.
Going at a-
He's coughing. Yeah, a slow pace.
Yeah, okay.
Just
so it's
above
already
a
a slow pace,
just
so we
above
don't
a
need to.
just above a slow pace.
This is a nice little breather that we're getting to. So
He's coughing some more. Just. He sounds like
You're
he's.
right.
Oh, I have.
I understand.
It 20, 40. Okay, so it'd be like 18 seconds to cross the bridge, and then
Oh, you were going so slow. I was like, wait, that's really slow.
eventually you get into a vast moorland. The moorland starts immediately on the other side of this bridge. So think like the moorland if you've seen American Werewolf in London. It's kind of like that. Really good movie if you haven't seen it. So this vast, wet moorland, and there's a sign that says "Stay on the road." And he's like, "They say she went off road that way," and he just immediately goes off the road.
Oh,
And you see he sinks like a good couple inches into the mud and just keeps walking.
gonna look at the professor and.
All right. Yes.
Right.
You see he reaches into his clothes, his pants, and pulls out a candle. Because it's just overcast, so it's really like, it's still kind of dark, just overcast. He's like, "Anyone have a light?" And you can easily tell it's pointless to light his candle in the pouring rain.
No, unfortunately, I do not have.
Alright,
Professor.
I think
That's
it
good,
should
do
be
you?
this way. And he just turns and keeps going. I need to see if you make perception checks.
All right.
This old guy does so with disadvantage.
Don't fuck me up.
5. Thunder.
15.
Okay.
Nice.
Professor.
12.
Okay. So. He's leading you along. He leads you about an hour into the moorland, into the moors, and it's just getting wetter and wetter. It's gross. You're soaked. He's hacking up along the entire time, so any stealth approach is kind of just gone.
Yeah.
This
That's right.
dying old man. Alvita, you swear you hear somewhere in the distance, like the barking of a dog, and you look around and you don't see any.
Now these were, they were defined as, like,
Spectral hounds.
spectral hounds. Okay, so yeah, her beast. Oh, beast sense is me seeing through. Never mind. I was thinking that was something else. My bad.
Okay.
She'll gingerly kind of she'll take a coin and she'll kind of nudge the professor using the coin as a
right.
a block as a grounding for his necrotic
Okay.
touch.
So,
And she'll kind of I heard low enough to where potentially he can't hear.
looks like this old man's not gonna hear anything.
I heard barking.
And then, Professor, you hear barking. And you can see the fog on the moors kind of drifting in a little closer. About 60 feet out.
Oh no.
And then closer. 40 feet out.
Yeah. We're just gonna start stepping away from the old
Like,
man,
like how
staying back while he
About
keeps
how
moving
far
forward.
back? About how far back?
Oh, at least 20 feet.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And then, as that happens, should just be up ahead, which you can barely hear. And in the fog that's appearing, you can see pure white eyes in the fog. 1, 2, 4 sets of these pure white eyes. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yep.
Please.
They're all about
Please
they're
let this guy-
they're all about 50 feet away from you two. They're like 20 feet away from the old man, who, perception check for him, doesn't see any of them.
I'm nervous.
Fuck.
Oh god. Professor got a 10, Alvita got a 6.
Yep.
Okay, so, what can only be described as a big mastiff with pure white eyes, uneven, weird, jagged teeth. The lips are kind of pulled back, and it's wreathed in shadow. Steps out. One of them steps out of the mist. You can see others start to as well, and there's a total of 4 of them. And they're all looking at the person who's closest to them, which is this old man, who still has yet to notice them.
Mm-hmm.
Post a picture of it.
Cute.
And
Cute.
it bounds towards the old man. Just and I will say this overcast stuff is dim light, so as you see movement coming out of the mist as the fog kind of shifts a little, and it lunges at the old man, and as it lunges at the old man, it appears and attacks him.
Oh my god.
with advantage because, you know, invisible. 14 to hit. 3 plus 3, 6 piercing damage. Strength saving throw for the... He's knocked unconscious. I'm gonna give this guy death saving throws just cause. He's knocked unconscious, knocked prone, and just this phantom hound starts tearing into him. Old man's gonna make a death saving throw for an 18.
Okay.
One of the other hounds steps. You can see, like, again, the shifting in the mist, and then it lunges towards the corpse. Not the corpse, but the unconscious form of the old man, and makes an attack. That hits. So 2 failed death saves. Just rips into him, so it's an auto crit. So this is gonna kill the old man most likely.
Nah.
Oh yeah. It's like 20 something damage, and commoners have 4 hit points max. Just it bites down on his head and just starts shaking his head around, and you can hear the snapping of bone as it just tears the old man's head clean off.
All right, now we just let them eat.
Another mastiff comes out. I'm gonna see if it eats with its pack mates or comes towards you two. Eats with its pack mates. Bringing us to the professor. You can still see one pair of eyes in the mist that hasn't made up its mind yet.
I would like to skirt the whole situation, keeping my eye on that one that hasn't made a decision yet.
Sure.
And I'm going to hold an action for a firebolt if anything attacks either me or Alvita.
Sounds good. Anything else? I don't think
no. So is this thing like off to the left or right?
I'm to the right.
Around. Okay, then I'm skirting to the left.
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah, about 20 feet ahead. The old man's getting ripped apart. Definitely. All right. I'm gonna roll for this mastiff. This mastiff will race towards the professor. All right. So it only appears once it attacks because it's invisible. So the firebolt's a disadvantage.
Because it appears right next to me?
No. It's still invisible. It only appears once it attacks. It hasn't attacked yet. You held your action to if it comes running at you.
Until it attacks one of us.
Oh,
that's what I said.
Okay, so it does attack you then. It would get to you. So 23 to hit.
Yeah.
11 piercing damage.
No, I just had a reaction. Okay, you said 11 piercing damage?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I can't take any more of those.
And strength saving throw.
Fuck. 6.
Knocked prone.
Alright, would my firebolt have gotten off before then?
Yeah.
Okay. 23 to hit.
That hits.
For... Oh, wow, that was a really good roll. -5, so 20 fire damage.
Holy fuck.
I rolled 2 10s for the damage.
So you hit the Shadow Massive and then it's kind of like the same as it impacts you to bite you and knock you to the ground. You also fire off the firebolt at the same time, and it just slams you into the mud. It looks hurt.
That's the most I'm gonna do in a turn.
Alvita.
So is it still? It's not visible anymore, right?
It's visible now.
Okay. Alvita will close. We'll run up with the professor, and she's gonna take the longsword, and she's gonna come up with an upward slash, trying to cut into this thing.
Go for
it. She's gonna use 2 hands.
Okay.
With it. Fuck off. 16.
That hits.
Oh, okay. So that's a. It doesn't have as much. It doesn't have full health, right?
No.
Because I have Colossus Slayer, so I'm gonna do regular damage, which is 10 slashing, plus an additional D8 because it's below its max hit points. Maxed on that, so 18 total plus a 1d4 of Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack, use this magic item. You can wound a target at the start of each
It's
of the
dead.
wounded
You don't even worry
target's
about
turns.
that.
Okay.
So
Um,
as you cut through it, it dissipates. Like it was just shadow, and the other 3 masters are just too preoccupied eating this old man that you guys can move past them without issue. If you didn't bring the old man, it would have been different.
Oh,
very smart. Thank you, Professor.
So, yeah, so you can easily skirt around.
Okay.
One of them does look up and look at you all, and then it looks down and just keeps eating. This old man got fucked.
We can now move with a quickness. We can move with
Yes.
a little bit more of a pep with our step.
Yeah.
I think maybe not moving at full. Like
he said this way, right? We don't
Yes, I
want to
think it was
run.
just
And
direct.
we don't want to agitate them.
That's true. Okay.
After you pass them while they're feasting, there's another bark, and the mist dissipates, and the phantom hounds are gone, just leaving the corpse behind, the heavily mangled and fully devoured corpse behind in the mud.
Oh, that is very
Right, he said this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh man. Alright.
Okay.
So. Man. That would have been bad if you didn't bring that guy. So, after about 10 minutes, you're walking on the mud. Who's leading? Okay. It's weird. The texture of the mud goes from soft and squishy to hard, like you step on something solid.
All right.
Like steps up on top of it.
Yeah, it's solid.
Oh,
It's under the mud, but it's solid.
wait, there's something here.
Just try digging, scooping a little.
Okay, you scoop and you come to what looks like the underside of a stagecoach.
Oh, I think we found it.
The wheels are gone. It's just the underside of the undercarriage.
I think we did.
Where do you think her body would be?
She's gonna try to clear some of the stagecoach gunk, and she's gonna take the. She's gonna try to break in
Okay, make a
to
strength
the
check.
bottom floor.
Athletics check.
Athletics, okay. I have advantage on those. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen this. I don't remember why I have advantage on those.
Because
Oh, my.
it's for the rope of. It's from the rope of.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
If you click on
okay.
click on the ability score, it'll tell you.
Thank you. You're right.
It'll tell
Fine,
you
I
why.
nodded.
Yeah. It's for the rope.
Oh my god. What are these rolls? 6. I rolled a natural one.
Wow.
My rolls have been really bad.
So you hit, poof, and it makes a little tiny seam in the wood. Just
Shit. Do you think they would? Oh wait, no. She drowned them. Probably not in the stagecoach, right?
You would think she would drown in the stagecoach. Perhaps she was driving.
Let's check around here first, and if we come up empty-handed, maybe we can check back here to see if this is maybe.
Do we want to open this? Because I can open it.
Oh, well, sure. Yes.
make an attack roll.
Just gonna try. Oh, okay. It's not the strength check.
Unless you want to do an
Okay.
athletics check, up to you.
I'll do an attack roll because it's like thunder damage, and
Sure.
it will probably end up doing more stuff to it anyway. Okay, so 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Of course.
Jeez.
It's a fucking. Yeah. Ooh, good damage. 13.
Okay. So
Thunder
you
damage.
punch the bottom of this carriage, and the thunder kind of blast just splinters the entire bottom of the carriage, and this stench of like decay just bursts forth, like wet decay.
Yep, that smells about right. And now the little peekaboo.
Okay. In the back of the stagecoach is where you're breaking through the floor of the stagecoach. So,
Yeah.
You see, kind of in awkward positions. It's full of mud. Just they drowned in mud, which is awful.
Yeah.
The heavily decomposing corpse of a young child bound in rope, and of a man bound and roped.
Oh yeah, it's so surprising, like how they find how kind of well preserved people are that they find in the bogs. Like they found
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this.
They're,
Yeah.
I think you were told they've been dead for like 100 years or so, and they're sort of still preserved.
Oh, I thought it was just a year.
Alright, it was just a year. So they're still like pretty well preserved,
Okay.
but it's water rot, so it's gross.
Yeah,
And they're both in there, and
Goopy.
there's another corpse in there, and it looks like they're trying to claw their way out. Accidentally drowned themselves, and you recognize the woman in her attire you saw in the manor.
She's going to. Alvita's just gonna, seeing the woman, she's gonna try to get down and just scoop at her body first.
Okay, so you're scooping at her body, and as you like grab on her body, your fingers just kind of go through the flesh. Just- and you feel bone.
She's gonna just start.
It's just like butter. It's like your
scooping.
fingers are gliding through hot butter. Just
Yep.
Alvita,
Uh-huh.
perhaps it might be best if I mean, this is wood. I could just put this whole thing ablaze. We salt the whole thing and put.
I think
set
it's a
it
little too wet
ablaze.
for that, Professor.
It's wood, and this
Maybe
firebolt catches things on fire.
That's
It
very true.
burns.
Right. Okay. Okay, valid point. She'll scoop it all back.
All right, with
So-
the salt. Looks like we've
Ye-
got our woman right here.
Salting.
Just pour it all in. Just all into the inside to
entire
absorb
pound of
all that
salt.
nice moisture. Yeah, just absorb all that fucking moisture in there.
all right.
But
Okay,
doing especially more around
her.
the banshee. Yeah. Like
Okay.
endless fireballs,
Sure.
just making sure the
So
job is done.
as the stagecoach goes aflame, the other two corpses just cook. Like they're boiling essentially in this hot mixture of mud and it's pretty gross.
Clay. We're making clay.
Yep. And as she catches flame, her head kind of like turns and looks up and just lets out this blood-piercing scream. Before just everything just melts away.
Oh,
Vita closes her eyes and she grabs her amulet. She does a small.
And
Little send-off.
and you both feel this tingling sensations would be over your heart. Like a weird tingling, itching sensation over your heart.
That we didn't realize was there until it's gone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Well, now we have to just manage to get back.
back where?
So where you're
Pick
so,
a direction.
fun fact, where you're
right?
standing, there are mists, like the mists, about 60 feet to your continuing ahead. You'd just be in the mists.
Professor, we just need to go this way. I don't care where we end up.
You're
Maybe
far enough in the moors where you would be getting to, yeah, mists.
the edge.
Yeah.
Well, we have these crown pieces. I have a few trinkets that might take us other places. We could go back to that manor. It's probably safe now. Figure out what this key unlocks.
Well, Professor, we have to deal with the dogs. They're still around.
They had the fill, right?
I don't think that's how that works with like shadow creatures. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
You can probably assume there's more than one pack roaming the moorlands. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For later time then.
Yes.
All right. To the mist then.
Oh, to the mist.
Okay.
Here's hoping we've got something on us that'll take us someplace.
So, as you start walking towards the mists, just reading the mists. The mists, when you get closer, because when you've passed through with Madeliene, you've kind of avoided the gnarly bits of the mist because she knows how to traverse them. For you two, it's a different story. As you approach the mists, you can see the form of roiling disturbances within the haze, menacing silhouettes just watching, threatening sounds like the sound of someone being stabbed over and over and screaming. A dude fear. No, I'm not. I was gonna make a no. No, never mind. Just someone getting furiously stabbed, blood curdling screams. As you all step into the mists, okay. I'm just reading if the mist talismans. Okay, so the mist talismans just prevent you from getting lost. Okay, so. As you put all of you enter the mists, the two of you enter the mists, I need Constitution saving throws. Unfortunately, it's a DC 20, as the book says.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Nope.
Oh, I rolled a natural 1. Now it's a 5.
Okay. You both gain one level of exhaustion.
Super?
It's not as bad as I thought it could be.
No, that's still real bad.
Well, wherever we fucking end up, we're chilling.
So,
if we can.
As you enter the mists, again, there's more of these roiling things in the mists. Like I said, when Madeliene takes you through the mists, they know how to sort of know how to maneuver through them. You're maneuvering through them, basically for the first time.
Best we can.
And as you're walking, it's kind of like the further from Insidious. As you're walking, you hear somebody running straight towards you. Just and then it runs right past you, but you don't see anything. And then, Alvita, in your ear, you just hear somebody go, yeah.
Death, cut, slice, eat, chew, bite.
You hear the sound of a crying baby before it turns into gargling, and say, drown them, drown them, drown them, drown them, drown them, drown them.
Fuck.
Get out! I want to live.
You hear what sounds like carnival music for a little bit, but weird, discordant, out of tune. Alvita, you feel someone like breathing on the back of your neck, really hot, just.
Don't like this.
You see someone like crab walking along the ground, like a silhouette. If you guys have trinkets on your person or anything that you would think might be a talisman, could you read out what they might be?
I mean, it could be anything. I have two different fingers. One that was given to me by Elliot, and another one that was given to me by a as like kind of a mockery of a gift.
Okay.
By one of my colleague professors.
Okay. Alvita, do you have anything? You can only use one at a time as a dowsing rod to kind of lead you through the mist. So.
I have a key to my family crypt in Barovia.
Okay. Are any of you...
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. Like I said, you can...
I mean, we have the Sun Sword too, which would probably be a thing for Burrow.
So,
I don't
whatever,
know where it's from, yeah.
You can attempt to use any item as a dowsing rod, and if it works, it works.
Alvita's going
One
to...
item, though, for the group.
Do we want to go to your home, or do we want to go to mine? Attempt to.
Dude, mine's fucking bad. Like,
Yeah,
mine's
let's just try to go to
really
You
bad.
also,
Yeah,
you
I think-
also could not use a dowsing rod and see where you end up.
Just, I don't trust that. I feel like that would be... We need a place where we can at least chill and gather ourselves. Alvita's
Out
gonna
of your
grab...
two domains, I don't think the two of those are good for that. Barovia, definitely
Alvita-
not as much.
I mean,
I've survived in Lamordia for 70 years. So
Yes, was it in your lab?
yes.
Another con save, though, because you're still in the mist. I haven't decided yet.
Fuck.
oh fuck,
Fuck,
me.
fuck.
No, no,
fuck.
dude, we get 2 levels of exhaustion. That's like 2 long rests
Starts your
that
turn.
we don't have
A creature
time
that starts
for.
its turn in the mists.
We'll make our call. We make our call now.
So
Yeah.
At
con,
the end
save.
of this one.
Con saves.
I rolled a
Fuck,
9.
failed.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude, we're fucked.
Make your call it.
This is why Madeline. It's just good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to fuck Mordia. We're just
Okay,
going to.
so what are
Mordia.
you using as the dowsing rod?
No, Barovia.
What are you using as a dowsing rod?
Alvita, as she feels that another wave of uncomfortableness, she's gonna close her eyes and she has a much longer kind of cord that hangs down into her bosom a bit, and she'll kind of like reach down and she'll pull it out, and it's gonna be this ornate but still kind of ancient looking key, and she's gonna focus,
Okay.
try to use
So-
that as a...
You still have to maneuver through the mist with the dowsing rod. It still takes time, but with the with this, you're avoiding the. I'm gonna say when you have one of these mist talismans, you avoid the oppressiveness of the mists and the exhaustion levels, because it doesn't say anything about that in the book. It just says it just leads you towards a domain you want to go to.
Yeah, speed is halved right now, so it's fuck.
Because otherwise, it's roll me 2d6, Alvita, because this will determine.
No worries. Oh. 11. I rolled a 6 and a
Okay,
5.
So you'll be moving through the mist for 11 hours before you reach Barovia, which is why I'm saying mist talismans. You don't have to do the exhaustion checks, because that'd be.
Yeah,
Dead
we'd
in
be
the
dead.
mist.
We'd be outie.
All right,
outie.
now. Da-ba-da.
Oh my god.
We haven't used the mist talismans yet, so this is fun. And also, yeah, okay. 2d6 hours. Any creature that willingly follows Alvita will be taken to the same destination. Mist Talisman is no help to a creature imprisoned within a domain's closed borders. If the borders of the destination domain are closed, roll in the Wandering Mist tables to determine what happens. So, Alvita, for the purposes of moving through the mists in this manner, and also Barovia is kind of known for being closed a lot. Strahd likes to do that. Roll me percentile dice. There's a 50% chance that Barovia's borders are closed.
Oh no.
Because Strahd closes his domain all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine if
I
he
hate
gets a
seeing
group of
that number.
adventurers he likes, then
87.
So you have to get a 50 or higher.
Oh, I rated 87.
87. Okay. So for the next 11 hours, you're wandering through these mists. You're just constantly being assailed by these awful things in them.
She'll take the umbilical cord and she'll throw it behind and tell itself
Cool.
to wrap around the professor, and she'll tell it to wrap around her waist, so
Cool.
that they're attached to like little twins in the womb.
Man,
walking
I
through
wanted to roll in the Wandering Mist table. Man! Alright, so, could you imagine doing these exhaustion checks for 11 hours? Every
we'd be dead.
6 seconds?
We'd
No.
200% be dead.
yeah, you did.
But
You
now
did.
we get
No
to
doubt.
go to my favorite domain, so this is very exciting. No, my second favorite domain. Cool.
Favorite should be the one who homebrewed.
It's not. My favorite's fucked.
Mood.
It's super fucked. Okay. I'm trying to see if the Mist Talisman guides you anywhere in the domain. I can't remember like where you show up in the domain. I'll figure it out. Alright. So, you doing anything for 11 hours, or are you just ignoring whatever the fuck's going on in the mists?
Ignoring, but she's gonna be singing
Yeah.
to the professor. Yeah. Just going through. This is not a place to kind of talk. It doesn't feel like this
Okay.
we could have a good conversation with each other.
As you're walking through the mists, you come across a tree.
Oh.
And a bunch of people are suspended from the branches by their ankles.
Okay.
Throats slit, and they're just all staring at you, eyes open.
And this is in the mist?
In the mists. You're here for 11 hours.
She'll kind of tug the professor along to
I
bring
forgot
him
also
around.
when Madeliene leads you through the mists, it'd be the 2d6 hours as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And as you're moving past the trees, the eyes seem to follow you, like those kind of like some painted portraits. The eyes kind of look like they're following you. These eyes just...
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, and it's 11 hours, right? So, you can travel 8. You can travel 8 hours a day.
Oh no. We're gonna be pushing it.
Yeah.
For con
Are you-
saves again.
You taking a rest in the mists? You can't take a rest in the mists, I'll say, because that doesn't make sense.
Shit. Oh my god, I'm so nervous to do this.
So we're taking another.
DC 10 Constitution save for travel
What
exhaustion.
Okay. Oh, it was almost a 4. It was almost
There's
a
gonna
4.
there's gonna be 3 of them.
Oh.
Oh. 18.
18.
Mhm.
17.
Alright, so succeed in the first one. Hour 10, I need DC 11 con saves.
Oh god.
Oh,
Professor. Come on,
Yes.
Professor.
natural 20.
12.
You're fine. For the 11th hour, I need DC 12 con saves.
Okay. 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 Ooh,
Jesus.
21.
21.
15.
Okay, so no exhaustion levels from travel.
Yeah, if
We're
it was
ready
at,
to get
if
the
we
fuck
got
out
to,
of here.
yeah, if we got to exhaustion level 3, that's like the death spiral because it's disadvantage
Yeah.
on all saving throws.
Yeah.
That's why the mists are brutal to travel through. Alright, so gotta do my math. Left at 9 a.m.
So it would be 8 p.m.
8 p.m. when you get out of the mists. Okay. Whole day in the mists.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be dark
Wow.
when we get there. Fuck.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah, we'll all have dark vision, right?
and if the domain was closed, we would have rolled a d100 and see what happens. All right. So. Yeah, I think the two of you have dark vision.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think you choose where you end up in the domain, though. You just appear somewhere in the domain. Try to remember.
I have no earthly idea.
Okay, cool. Oh man, where do I want to have you step into, Barovia?
Fucking Amberjam.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Wow, Garrett.
Yeah. The fucking rock, like right overhead.
Yeah.
Like bullshit, man.
All right, all right. Cool. All right. as you come out of the mists. Just a haggard, and that was an experience. Tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. Alvita, this is the village of Barovia.
Okay. Which is on the opposite side of Barovia from where her place she's from. Okay.
And the best thing about Barovia is I can just use Curse of Strahd to help run it.
She's going to deattach the umbilical cord and she'll put it away. Professor, we need a place of rest right now. Yes?
Wait, didn't you say something about names? We had to have certain names.
Oh, right.
Right. I am Professor Farnsworth now.
Professor Farnsworth, all right.
Still call me Professor.
I forgot my no. Oh yeah, the Villa is what you can call me.
What was that?
La Villa.
La Villa. Okay.
La Villa Pavlenco, which is an anagram for her name.
I'm gonna say you come from the north into Barovia.
Oh.
And yeah, you can hear crying. Just. There are people walking around, but they all look very unhappy. It's Barovia. The sun never is a thing here. So, gloom and gloom.
All right.
I mean, that sounds better than the last place we were in.
Yes,
Of course.
200%. Yes.
And as you're like here, just kind of arriving, you hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across the damp cobbles, and you trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog.
Ooh.
Oh,
Pastries, get your pastries! And she's going from house to house,
Oh,
knocking
that
on
sounds
doors,
good.
and most of the time nobody answers, but she's just rolling this cart along.
Can I smell? Do they smell good?
Yeah, they smell real fucking good.
Professor, would you like a pastry?
oh yes. Is that all right? Are you familiar
Oh,
with
yes.
this place?
I don't think I've.
She sees the two of you standing in the street and starts rolling the wagon over. Very
I'm going to be
old
honest,
lady,
I'm
it's
not
an older
from-
woman.
I'm not from the village of Barovia. I'm much further to the northwest.
La Villa.
Are you here for... Oh, would you like some pastries?
Oh yes.
I
How
haven't
much?
been having a good day. No one answers the doors around here.
That's a shame.
We'll buy one from you.
Nods. They look like small little mincemeat pies. And she's like, oh, it's 1 gold apiece.
That's lovely.
Gives your gold.
Hands you one
Yeah,
of the
for your
little, hands
troubles.
you one of the little
Here's
pies.
Here's an extra gold for your troubles. I wouldn't like one. Thank you though.
She hands you a pie.
Oh, okay.
And just, thank you. And she just continues on down the street knocking on doors to nobody answering.
Oh, it's been so long.
Would you like this one as well, Professor?
Let's find out after this.
Okay.
And I'll eat this. Eat the mincemeat pie.
Constitution saving throw.
Is this a poison or poison thing?
Not a poison.
Okay.
And she just rounds the corner and still knocking on doors.
10. And
Okay.
is this a spell or magical effect?
It's magical.
Okay. Then a 22.
22. It's a good meat. It's a good meat pie. You just don't sense anything other weirdly about it. And Alvita's offering you theirs.
A second. Yeah.
Yes, we'll save that one for later.
No, Professor, whenever I say that I have to feed, what sustains me isn't food. Do you understand? Or are you saving this for yourself?
What are you saving it for?
I got it for you. I have to make a trip later.
Right.
Professor.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Blood.
I understand.
Okay. Okay, I wasn't sure if you understood. But this meat pie is for you. We just went through something. Do you want to wait until later?
Yes, you don't.
Okay, okay.
Or perhaps because you don't have the same functionality as you get older, you don't eat as much like that. The meat pie is pretty dense. I'll have this one later.
All right.
Probably for breakfast.
She'll take out a handkerchief. She'll.
What does Alvita need to eat to...
I've assumed it's been blood.
Okay.
Like, just, yeah, like, I didn't go all the fun, different route.
Okay.
I think I kept it pretty generic for Barovian.
Okay. Makes sense.
Vampire. Yeah. All right, let's go look for, maybe there's a, like an inn?
You would know there's an
Around
inn,
here?
because you're familiar with
Okay.
the domain. You know there's an inn called the Blood of the Vine Tavern.
All right,
Would that work as an inn? Yeah, of course.
yeah, I think I found I think I remember something of it's a very on the nose name, but this way. I think it's this way.
All right.
Don't stray, Professor. Just keep close.
All right.
And you can still hear the old woman knocking on doors and in the distance. You can still hear the sobbing coming from one of the buildings. As you get closer to the tavern, the sound of the sobbing gets a little closer, and you can tell it's coming from a building relatively close to the tavern. Yeah, like 2 buildings south of the tavern. So, a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square of the village, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood of the Vine Tavern, and the tavern building is about 60 feet square.
Go in. Hello?
As you
Hello?
go in, this once finely appointed tavern has grown shoddy over the years, it would seem. A blazing fire in the hearth gives scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. You can see the barkeep behind the counter. Nondescript, I believe. Let me see here. Pudgy little man. Just a real pudgy little guy. Mindlessly cleaning one glass after the other. And you notice once they're all clean, he starts over. You can see 3 tanned individuals, darker skinned individuals, sat around a table just talking amongst themselves. And a young man.
Would I recognize their complexion, like if they would be part of a?
You would recognize them
certain
to be
group or-
Vistani.
Okay.
Uh,
that's fine, all right.
And sat by themselves in a corner table is a young man with shoulder length, blonde hair, a square jawline, kind of simple leathers.
All right. She'll make her way to the barkeep.
Okay. And yeah, you see he cleans his glasses and goes back to cleaning them again.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. I would like a drink, but we would also like a room. Do you have rooms here?
Alright. Yes. Wine, a glass or a pitcher.
2 pitchers, please.
2 silver.
She'll put down a gold.
And he serves you 2 big pitchers of red wine.
Do you have glasses?
You asked for pitchers.
I don't want to drink. All right, you're right. My apologies. She'll slide a pitcher to Professor.
Oh,
And he slides 2 of the glasses he just cleaned.
Oh, all right.
And goes back to cleaning his glasses.
And for the room?
All right. That should cover it.
Oh, all right.
thank
do
you.
you have a key?
Artificer.
Oh.
No.
All right. Professor with me. She'll just
Right.
make her way. Is it like an upstairs?
Sure.
Or is it? Okay. Make her
First
way up
roll-
the stairs.
Yeah. First, we'll just have a look around the room, not be very subtle about it.
Okay, you
And,
can see
like,
the 3
sip
people
his
sat at
drink.
the one table near the front door, are watching the 2 of you to make sure that you paid, and then they go back to their own business.
The lone individual in the corner, are they paying any mind to us?
It's
It's like a cursory glance.
just seems interested.
She will lead the professor to one of the rooms, knocking on the doors to see if which one's empty.
They're all empty.
I open one of the doors.
So it's a simple bedside table, candlestick, wash basin, window.
Professor, come on.
What?
We are going to rest.
Oh, yes. This sounds good.
Also, you did refer to me as Alvita as she closes the door. So remember, La Villa?
Lovely. What did I say?
Yes.
Alvita?
You called me my name. It's all right. It's all right.
What? Where? When?
Just
In
at
the
the
bar?
barkeep. Yes.
Damn it!
I think yours is simple because you're a professor. What if we just
I called you madam.
yes, or lady or something simple,
Yes.
like a formality.
Maybe if
kind
you
of
could
thing.
change your name from Flitz on your name tag. I would prefer as well.
Well, you didn't call me Flitz. You called me.
You hear?
Uh,
Well,
so
I usually look there when I try to remember people's names. But
you do hear a peck. You do hear a pecking on the window.
She'll check.
It's just a big raven.
She'll open the window.
Flies away.
She'll close the window. Actually, she'll leave it open.
Okay.
Just some kind of
The
air.
sobbing is echoing out from outside, and you can hear it the entire time.
Immediately, okay, and close.
Okay.
She's gonna sit cross-legged. She's gonna take off her boots, and she's gonna undo because she has like leather trousers, but she also wears like under.
Mm-hmm.
She essentially wears like what men would wear back in like olden times, where they have like longer trousers underneath. She'll undo her leather pants because they're disgusting from the trek, and she'll just kind of drop them, and she'll begin to unclasp her leathers, just kind of tossing them.
Okay.
And she'll undo her hair, and just kind of comb through it as best she can. But she
Nice.
is sitting in the corner with her pitcher, and she's gonna be pouring into the glass.
Okay. So as
the
you
professor will be drinking
Okay.
and pretty much casting mending on
The-
the,
the
bits
wine-
of clothing
the
so
wine-
that they.
the wine is really fucking good, which is interesting. And also, when you're looking out the window,
Mhm.
this village is lying directly in the shadow, Alvita, of Castle Ravenloft. Just looming overhead on the top of the mountain.
It's a moment where she like watches out the window, and
You can just see the castle, and typical like Dracula 1930s, just a
yeah. Love
and
that.
you swear you just see bats. Like, I wouldn't see bats from this distance. Just it's you see bats, and you can the streets are empty, aside from the old lady, still wheeling along with her, knocking on doors.
Yeah, she'll reach out and pull the table a little bit closer and set the pitcher and the extra mince meat pie.
You do hear someone come up the stairs, and it sounds like they take a room as well.
Okay.
Are we going to be all right?
I believe so. I don't. We can push the bed up against the door. Just if you're.
We'll have to
nervous
make
about
a pillow dam so that we don't accidentally rub up with each other in bed. Otherwise,
Yeah, have a
I
bedroll.
might hurt you.
Oh, that's very true. Actually, I can probably just do something really unnerving if you would like me to do that instead. She's gonna take her hands and she's gonna begin to climb, like spider climb. She's gonna kind of like press her back so that her spider climb ability kind of takes effect, and she like. So she just drink her in her corner. She's just kind of like up in there because she's essentially like a spider. She just attaches to the wall essentially.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, I'll Dhampir get that.
Like, yeah, the professor is pretty impressed with Madame Lavila.
Unsettling. So she's you see that she looks that she possessed these. There's almost like a hesitant behind a lot of her actions regarding, as you can tell with her wanting to feed and stuff. She knows she has to do it, but it's a obligatory thing, and she knows she has these abilities that it'll just make it easier.
Yeah. So you might be expecting like people and thus Professor to like shy away or be like unnerved by that, but the professor sees like a predator, but like one that's not hunting him. And so he's just kind of fascinated.
Yeah. It's like seeing a tiger up close, and not having to worry about it coming and charging at you.
Yeah, but like an old tiger.
Yeah.
And it's just like
impressive.
She'll climb back down, not wanting to. I could do that later. I will let you know that I need at some point. I have to feed. It's not a question of it. I don't want to turn against you. That's a possibility.
Well, how much would you need?
1d4 plus 4.
All right. I've got plenty of booze here.
No, Professor, if I try to bite you, I'm just going to receive a backlash of your blood is a little spicy.
Well, it's pretty spicy anyway. But
No, I'm not going to feed from you, Professor. That wasn't what I was implying. Barovia is full of...
It's not my blood that's that has the ouchiness to it. It's just my touch.
I'd rather not.
All right.
I'll find something. Someone. She'll say into her glass as she takes a sip.
Okay. So you're drinking wine. The night's pretty uneventful. Aside from this, you can still hear the sobbing a little bit outside, but it's not like loud enough to be where it's a annoyance. a couple hours into the night, from the northwest, so directly out your window, an eerie green light kind of catches your attention, and it suffuses the graveyard. And from this light emerges a ghostly procession, wavering images of doughty men toting great swords, woodwise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All these and more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second, and they seem to be marching up the, what you would know to be the Old Svalich Road, Alvita, towards Castle Ravenloft. Just a ghostly procession.
Using that, she will open the window, kind of using this procession as a bit of a distraction. I'll be back. And she'll climb out the window, close the window behind her, and just she's gonna.
They kind of look like a mob, and they're marching towards the castle.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, that makes sense. You said the crying was coming from a place that was
two buildings south of the tavern.
So we're essentially on the northern. We're facing the north, right?
Yeah.
Our room.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll make her way around in the shadows around the backside. She's gonna be heading to where this sobbing.
The crying's coming from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
A moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring you with thoughts with sadness. Coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark, two-story townhouse, about 40 square feet. And it's boarded up. You can see like parts of it are boarded up.
Mm-hmm. She'll knock on the door.
No answer. Just the crying. And it seems like the crying is coming from upstairs.
She will go to the back of this house and she'll climb her way up looking for a window that's potentially not boarded.
Okay. It appears like all the windows are barricaded from the inside.
Right. She'll go back to the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look around. It's locked.
You don't know? She'll try the door.
Okay, she'll try the door.
It's not locked, but it's also barricaded from the inside.
She'll shoulder check it.
All right, athletics check.
Oh, this is a fucking yeah. It's not gonna be good because it's ability check. So yeah, rolled shit. 7. Does the crying cease?
Nope. It sounds like a woman crying.
She'll call out, "Hello?"
Still crying.
Okay. Damn it, that place was harder to get into than I thought it was gonna be. She's gonna make her way around looking for anybody that appears alone.
There's the old lady with the wagon, but she's leaving town at this point in the night. You can see her in the distance. There does appear to be a man kind of lumbering a little bit down in the street. Like he's walking towards something, and it's the man you saw in the tavern with the blonde hair down to his shoulders. He's alone, and he's stumbling down the street toward. He's not really stumbling. You can see he's had a few drinks, and he's heading south. So he's passing, but so as you're like in front of this house, he's passing by it.
Excuse me.
Oh yes, hello.
Do you know who lives here?
They call her Mad Mary.
Does she cry all the time?
Yes.
Should someone check on her or something?
They've tried, but she keeps the house boarded up.
Right. Okay. Thank you. She I could hear her from my room in the tavern, the inn.
Yes.
Very distracting from sleep.
Her daughter broke out of the house a week ago and hasn't been seen since, and Mad Mary's been quite, well, you know.
Right. Alright. And you, I'm sorry, I'm rude. I'm Madame Lavilla?
Oh, Ismark.
Ismark. It's a pleasure. Where are you headed? Are you just headed home?
I'm headed to the Burgomaster's mansion, yes.
Is that where you live?
Well, that's where my sister lives.
Oh. That's interesting. The Burgomaster's is like the...
Runs the town, head of the town.
Right. Of course. Alright, Ismark, it was a pleasure to meet you. You said Mad Mary was the name that lives?
They call her Mad Mary, yeah.
Just keep it Mary, alright. Okay. I guess not much I can do.
They say, well, it's not really a rumor, but it's the truth. She hid her daughter in the house for the girl's entire life, and many assume that's why the daughter broke out and ran away.
Hmm.
Hence why it's all boarded up.
Right.
Have a good night.
Oh, you as well.
Watch out for vampires. The village has been rife with them lately.
This village?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, thank you, Ismark. You be safe as well.
I appreciate it. And you can see he's got like a long sword on his side, and he just turns and starts walking. Continues his trek.
Okay. Fuck. I think it's getting a little desperate at this point. She's gonna try one more time, but not the door. She's gonna go to one of the upstairs windows, and she's gonna get at a point where she can just heel kick any kind of barricade that's keeping the
athletic check or unarmed strike.
Ooh. I'm gonna do an unarmed strike. Okay. 25.
Okay, you kick through the glass.
I have 6. I do 6 bludgeoning.
Okay, so you kick through the glass and you kick one of the boards off, and you can easily...
She'll climb in.
Okay.
She'll listen to hear if the crying stops.
You climb into the room, and the crying is louder because you break into the room where the crying is.
She is...
But you see this woman sitting in the center of the room, of an upstairs bedroom, clutching a malformed-looking doll, and she's just sat there, crying, and ignoring your presence. Just crying.
She is realizing that she doesn't have her leathers and such like that on. She's kind of in very...
The doll has a strange leer and wears a sackcloth dress.
Oh.
Stitched into the hem of the dress is a frayed tag that says the words, "Is no fun, is no blinksy. Blinsky. Blinsky."
I don't like the sound of that.
So she's just sitting there holding this doll and crying.
Does that phrase ring a bell in Alvita's mind?
Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Here. Oh, the actual city.
Valaki, right?
1 second. Her family was originally... Oh god. Krezek. So she lived in... So her family was north of Valaki, like in the woods.
Okay.
I wrote that her manor.
Make
and then
a history check.
Okay. No, nope. Don't know what that is. Roll a 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's sitting
she's-
there. She's just crying. An older woman. Just maybe like not really older. Maybe like in her late 30s, early 40s. Just clutching
Alvita's
this
going
doll.
to in almost like a motherly kind of way. She'll kind of like approach and she'll bend down a bit and she'll see if there's any kind of register of her presence as she gets a little bit closer.
Nope. Just continuous crying.
She will lean a bit and she'll say, "I'm going to deliver you to your daughter." And she's just going to,
Do you know
her
where
fangs
she
are gonna.
is? And she looks up at you.
Yes, as she says yes, she goes for the jugular, just teeth bared.
All right, make an attack with advantage.
Oh, I feel so bad. But it's like having a character that has like such a major flaw like
Do you want to
this.
see what she looks like?
Sure. A crit on this would be devastating. Oh man. Okay. So I rolled a 20.
Oh, of course.
25.
Of course.
So that is 7.
Okay.
7 something. What is my thing?
It's necrotic, I think, right?
It's piercing.
Okay, so you just right into the jugular.
And I don't think she's gonna stop. Because it has been.
Yeah. So
She's been through a lot of
it's been since,
fucking
like-
shit.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
since
but
this
she's
morning.
been through. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
So,
been through.
she had,
Yeah,
she had
but-
4 hit she had 4 hit points. 7 isn't enough to outright kill her. So she's
Okay.
unconscious, making death saves as you're
Oh,
feeding.
so that's actually good for you. So you can
As you're
feed even
feeding.
more.
Ah, fuck.
There is a limit on how many
Um,
times you can feed with this ability, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I've done it once. So this is sorry,
So-
this will be the second time. She's gonna kind of pull away and hear the faint. Boom, boom. I'm gonna make a wisdom
Sure.
save for her.
Yep.
To see if she stops. Okay, I rolled a 22.
Okay.
She will attempt to. She'll stabilize. She'll attempt to stabilize her.
Okay. Medicine check. So with
Oh.
disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. A 10.
Stabilizes.
exactly
rolled a-
what you need.
Yeah, I rolled a 14 and a
So,
7.
She's
so
laying there on the
exactly.
ground, ghost white.
Mhm. Her hands are going to go over her eyes as she begins to just close up, like fix up the wound to where it's not bleeding profusely anymore. She is resisting every urge to just finish.
Only see when she gets a hit point back. Okay.
And she is going to she's going to set one of those platinum pieces. She'll set a platinum on her chest, and she will leave
Okay. Back
to
to
where she
the.
came, wiping the blood from her mouth, or like licking her jowls a little bit, like savoring a bit. Yeah.
Okay, so as you get to the window to crawl out, you can see another person walking down the street,
Oh. Shit.
and
Is there light coming through this window?
no light whatsoever.
Okay.
This house is completely dark,
She was
Uh,
dark. Okay.
and yeah, this one was sitting in the darkness, just crying.
I like that you're just kind of dressed in your nightgown essentially while you're
Essentially,
going out
And
doing this.
standing and
Yes.
walking on the street, you see a figure. Wearing simple clothes. They kind of stop, look around, and in the darkness, you can kind of catch light in their eyes. and they're just looking around. And you see them walk towards the building you're in, to the front door.
She will
Look around. And do you want to get a good look at this person as they approach the front door?
Sure, yeah.
Perception or investigation?
Definitely perception. I'm expertise in
With
that.
disadvantage.
That is, thank you. You're very... God damn it. 15.
15. They have a hood pulled up,
Fuck.
and as you're looking, kind of getting a glimpse at them, their eyes are tinged with red a little bit, dark pupils. Their skin is very white, almost paper white, almost translucent. No hair. Pointed ears a little bit. Very noticeable canines. They kind of look like Count Warlock a little bit.
Okay. I think I know who that is. I'll look it up just to
Nosferatu.
see. Okay, thank you.
And you see them long fingernails as well, and they like run the fingernail along the seam of the door, like they're prying it open, and it catches on the board, and their fingernail just glides through the board, and they step into the house and close the door behind them. And you do not hear any footsteps downstairs. And I'm going to send you a picture of what you saw.
I'm scared.
Where is it? There it is. Come on. Anyways, yeah, they step through the front door, close it behind them. Eerily quiet. Let me just see. Yeah. Eerily quiet.
There's a moment of indecision in Alvita, but she is, in her mind, she resisted the urge, but there's a difference in what she wants to do and what potentially this creature would do. And
What's
she's
it?
going to take Mary again, and she's going to just finish the job.
Okay, I posted a picture of what it looks like, minus the rags it's wearing.
Oh my god. I hate that. She's going to try to finish the job.
Yeah, make an attack roll with advantage.
Oh wow, roll 2 5s. That's a 12.
That hits. She's a commoner.
Okay. I rolled another 7, so I heal 7 again.
Okay. So as you're feeding, finishing the job essentially, are you going to share? And spooky quiet, this thing steps into the chamber. And they have vampire fangs, not like yours. It's their front teeth that are the
Yeah, okay.
sharp pointed ones. They're a vampire for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bald. They pull the hood down. Bald. You can see like the veins underneath the skin. Like the skin is, like I said, almost translucent. They're about 6 feet tall, and they kind of just hunch down, crouch down beside you and going, "Are you sharing?"
I don't wish to turn her. Just to sate.
Leans in and sniffs them.
She'd be a tragic one to bring back into this world. Wrought with sorrow, sadness.
Grabs her by the sides of the head.
She'll kind of step back just a little. She's gonna be in like typical vampire crouchy position and like step back a little bit, just to kind of like creepy step away, putting herself a little bit closer to the window.
just wrenches on the head and tears it clean off,
Ooh. Book.
and just starts gnawing on it. This thing
Enjoy.
is not drinking blood; it's just consuming the flesh. Just,
Eating. I hate that. And as she'll just say enjoy.
no.
and
Where are you going? We're going to share.
I've gotten my fill. I don't.
We're going to share.
Feeling very exposed at the moment. She'll nod, and she'll approach. She's so uncomfortable right now.
Most vampires that you're familiar with feed with some elegance, we could say. A bite on the neck, that's really it.
Yeah.
This thing mutilates when it eats. Tears apart, rips into. This is a predator.
Yeah. She will join in, but she is doing it slowly and deliberately to try to. So he outpaces her a bit on what is being consumed and at what rate it's being consumed.
So where is your lair?
North. Much north. Near Valaki.
Lucky.
Yes.
Does not break eye contact to you. Eye contact with you is just eating and just keeping eye contact.
Her eyes are flickering. She's giving off the. She knows that whatever this creature is much stronger than her. It's that little bit of respect of like where another predator won't look the alpha in the eye kind of thing, like the leader. She's kind of giving that vibe.
As it eats, you notice it seems to get, this is weird, more lucid when it eats. The savagery kind of dissipates a little bit. Like it's more capable of...
Oh, that's so eerie.
Like it's more capable of considering more than its next meal. And it just tilts its head at you.
Like starts getting casual when it's like,
Yeah.
like a hammock. It's like,
A finger, like a forearm.
You stink of something.
Be honest, I haven't showered in a bit.
No, that's not it.
I honestly don't know what
It
it could
just
be.
smiles.
Right. Do you live within the walls, or is your lair within these cities, this village?
It's somewhere quite safe
It's good.
and secret.
There are people who know of a presence of black arts.
There's not many like me.
Oh. To speak honestly, your intentions is just a casual sharing of a meal.
Perhaps.
Okay. I have a thrall who is going to worry, though.
That's the one I smell.
Potentially, yes. I think I'm gotten used to this smell.
They smell old.
Yes, they are old, but they are quite skilled. They've been in the family for quite some time.
Keep them close.
I do.
Do you?
No, not like that.
I don't see them here.
They tend to be lacking in the subtleties of what we do. They're watching over my things as well.
At least if when they outlive their usefulness, you'll have food.
That is the intent, yes.
I do not blame you. I traveled with beings before. Did not go so well.
That is part of the reason why you found me where I am. I was craving.
We had the same idea, it would seem.
Yes. The sorrowful wails were like nails to a board. I needed to stop it. The intent was just to let her rest, but
Have you turned anyone before?
no. I have not. Never possessed the intent to do such a thing.
I can.
Have you?
Of course.
And you just send them on the way? Or do you... Are they like you?
I have no
Hit it and quit it.
I have no I have no care for them.
Are they similar in your nature? Are they
Of course.
more right? Is there something you could give that would deter them if I were to run into them?
Your thrall.
Right. Taking more of a...
When the bloodlust takes over, when the addiction takes over, nothing is as sweet. And just continues to rip in, now going for the rib cage, just and they're like dipping their hands in, like pooling the blood and just drinking it out of their hands. You best
Yes.
get to your hole.
Thank you.
I don't know how long I'll be like this.
I appreciate your kindness and restraint.
Who says I'm restraining?
At that point,
And then
she'll stand up.
he just kind of grabs body by the ankle, drags it up to the ceiling, and just continues to feast on the ceiling.
She will slow. She will not turn her back. Do not turn your back on a predator like this. She will essentially spider climb, essentially going out the window legs first, and she will make her way down, and she's gonna hustle back
Okay.
to the room.
Back up, you climb through the window. You're gone maybe
Yes.
like 10 minutes.
She'll close the window. Are there blinds? Are there any kind of curtains?
No curtains. But when the window's open, Professor doesn't hear the crying anymore.
You have a good poop.
Yes, Professor.
That's right.
She'll lick her fingers and she'll tss the candle out. And she'll, she doesn't want to be alone. So she's going to take her bedroll and she's going to kind of like do like what you would do, like wiggle into it a little bit. And she's going to push Professor over with her butt a bit. And she's going to kind of like cocoon herself. But she's dealt with vampires before. She's never dealt with something like that. And so she is going to cuddle the Professor.
Sure.
She's going to like press into the
As
Professor.
you both
Yeah.
begin to...
If the professor picks up on that, he's gonna take the armor off.
Alright.
That's right.
Yeah. As the two of you begin to drift off, get the benefits of a long rest.
Oh fuck! thank
Alvita,
God.
you
Jesus
just
Christ, long
catch-
rest.
Before you sleep or whatever it is you do,
Mhm.
you swear you see someone looking through the window. And then you both wake up the following morning, and that's where we'll end the session for the week. And we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Are you all right?
I realized I had nothing on me.
Yeah.
I was like, I was completely stark-ass naked.
But the
pretty
good thing
much.
is, if anybody saw you, they wouldn't recognize you. Your hair's down. You're
Yeah,
not
that's
wearing your
true.
usual clothes.
She
I
probably
was
looks
just
more like
that
a-
was
like a-
smart.
a crazy old lady, really.
Yeah.
She probably just looks like a really crazy old lady.
Yeah. But I mean, you did have a conversation with that guy when you were dressed like that.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true. Shit.
But we'll pick up from there in 2 weeks. Long rest. When you wake up, you lose a level of exhaustion. And yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So good
We
night,
still
everybody.
have.
Yeah.